Hey guys, how are you? I'm actually doing pretty terribly. I've attempted to make this video a few times, but my brain is like not working, so hopefully this will be the final cut and I will post it. Um, so I just finished up my third week from my vertical sleeve gastrectomy revision. I've had all sorts of emotions, I've had all sorts of pains. Yeah, so let's get into my topics. What do I got here? Number one, I feel terrible. So the other day I woke up feeling terrible. I had a headache. I had like internal pains. I was super weak, just overall really yucky. So I just kind of moped around all day. And then at around 4 o'clock, I just ended up falling asleep. And I think I slept for 14 hours. Um, the other day at work, it was a day after my third week mark. So I was allowed to add pureed foods. They said we could have soft meats. So I had a little tiny container of chicken salad. It was just like mayo and chicken. Chewed it a million times, ate it really slow. And then I had this terrible feeling for the next 9 hours as if it was stuck. So, needless to say, all I ate that day was I had about 6 or 8 ounces of fluid that morning. And then after I ate that chicken salad, I just didn't want to eat anything else. So I'm still not hitting my goals of getting 64 ounces of liquid per day. I ended up going in to get IVs again yesterday. I had 2 bags of saline and something they call a banana bag. It's actually yellow, has potassium, it has vitamins, minerals, stuff like that. Um, I told the PA about the problem, and she says I was eating too much too fast, which actually really pissed me off because I had eaten 8 ounces of water and about 2 ounces of very, very, very chewed soft chicken. And actually, while I was there getting the IV, I hadn't eaten or drank anything, and I started getting that stuck feeling again. It's horrible. It's like there's a balloon in my esophagus that's being blown up. So I'm trying to tell her, like, hey, I have this pain right now. And she tells me again, oh, you need to eat more slowly, drink more slowly. I'm like, look, lady, I haven't eaten anything. This feeling is just coming out of nowhere. So yeah, that was actually yesterday. So I suffered for 12 hours with this terrible feeling. It's just terrible. I didn't have anything like this before. And I also, for the first time, had the foamies. I don't know if anyone's had that before, but it's like saliva that's bubbly that just keeps coming, keeps coming, keeps coming. So I was like, I was at work and I'm a psychologist, so I sit and I talk to people. So that was really uncomfortable. A few times I would try to swallow a bit, but a few times there was so much that I had to grab a tissue and spit it out. Um, yeah, so things are not going very well. What else do I have on my notes here? It's kind of it. I kind of blew through it really fast. Um, I don't know. I keep saying I'm going to make a video about what happened with my last sleeve. I'm just going to say the problem because I don't have the energy right now to make that video. Even one day I will to give more details. Practically what happened is I didn't have a sleeve. Your sleeve is supposed to be shaped like a banana. I had something like an hourglass. So I had like this large pouch at the top, and then I had this really skinny sleeved section, and then I had a really big pouch at the bottom. So I actually had an hourglass. I definitely 1000% feel a difference from this time versus last time. Um, I never had this kind of restriction before. I remember reading what people were eating and actually thinking they were lying. Like I remember one lady saying that she ate an egg and it hurt. And I'm like, she's being ridiculous because I can eat, a piece of toast and an egg and a little bit of yogurt. So my capacity to eat was always much larger back then. And somebody left me a comment, how were you successful if you were never sleeved before? The thing is, my ability to eat food was significantly reduced, but I completely overhauled everything I ate. I went on a total like whole food kind of diet in the past. I ate a lot of vegan meals. Um, when you looked at my plate, there was like 15 different pieces of nature on it, whether it was berries or nuts or spinach or whatever. So last time I really, really, really changed what I ate. This time around, I literally cannot eat. I'm still concerned that I'm losing a little bit too fast. Again, I hope I don't regret saying that a few weeks from now, but I lost 11 pounds my first week. I lost 5.5 pounds my second week. I lost 5.5 pounds my third week. So I am down to 179.5 right now. I didn't really want to buy clothes this early out, but I needed to because what I was wearing was already too big for me. I was wearing a 16 before surgery, but it was too big, and 14s were too small, and it's very hard to actually find a 15. So I was just wearing a 16 with a belt. So over the weekend, I went to the thrift store and I bought some 14s. The day that I tried them on, they were a tiny bit too tight, and I thought like, oh, maybe in a few weeks I can wear these. Literally the next day they fit, and now they're to the point like 2 days after that that they're actually feeling loose on me already. So um, I'm not complaining. Obviously, I had this done to lose weight, but I just didn't anticipate the pain, the weakness. The restriction is insane. Like I said, I had nothing like this before. I was actually regretting my decision yesterday. I felt so terrible. Um, things taste really yucky. I had these chewable vitamins from Celebrate, which I was actually going to do a video on because they tasted so good. But now they taste so disgusting that I can't even stomach them. Like it's almost like when I was pregnant, like if you think about a certain food or you smell a certain food and it makes you want to vomit, that's how I feel right now. The only thing that actually tastes good is mashed potatoes and gravy, but I'm terrified to eat because of that feeling that I had yesterday and the day before, as if something was stuck. Um, I guess it's not actually, nothing's really stuck in there. I think it's more of like an irritation. Um, so yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned I also had a hiatal hernia repair when they went in and they did my sleeve revision. So I don't know if that's playing a role in the pain, but I'm not a happy camper right now. Um, oh, one other interesting thing before I end. So kind of same thing as being pregnant. Like when I was pregnant, like smells would bother me, but not necessarily people. But now with my sleeve, I can smell people and their breath, and it's terrible. I can smell people's breath from like 5 foot away. It's insane. And working in my office, it's like a confined area, like I don't know, 10 foot by 14 foot or something, and I'm sitting and talking to people. And if they have any kind of scent on their breath whatsoever, I can smell it in my office like an hour later. It's insane. I don't know if anybody else has went through this. Oh, I also for the first time had foamies. I never had that in the past. So it's like just all this saliva keeps coming up and it's foamy. And while I was at work, I kept having to swallow it. And at one point, I just couldn't swallow it anymore. It was like a little foam making machine, so I had to spit it out into a napkin. Yesterday I was sitting on my couch just spitting into this tiny little cup because it literally like just keeps coming up, keeps coming up, keeps coming up. It's terrible. Um, but yeah, I guess that's all. Oh, so I had watched some of my old videos and I think it was around this week as well that I was feeling sad. I definitely have had a lot of emotions this week. I felt very sad. I felt angry. I felt exhausted, not like physically exhausted, but just like I don't even know how to explain it. Just like tired, just like want to go to sleep for a week or something. Oh, and I had like this internal feeling of rage. The other day I went to CVS looking for some Gas X strips, hoping that maybe that would help with that stuck feeling. They didn't have them, and literally for a split moment I had this feeling that I just wanted to like bam, like knock everything off the shelf. I got so angry. It was crazy. I didn't actually do it. So, and now as I'm talking to you, I have like this pain down on my side. Like I'm just so uncomfortable right now. So, wish me luck, guys, that things get better. Like I said, I was actually kind of regretting my decision yesterday when I was dealing with all the pain. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye.